Hi everyone! We are in the second of a three-part video series. Welcome to the fun part, building. I've put together this video on building to give you the most information to kick off your AI agent learning journey. We're going to cover a use case that many businesses would find extremely helpful using a no-code solution. I'm confident you'll rapidly start to connect the dots on how to use this agent in your own life or work. I am going to walk you through an A to Z of the core use case and platforms you need to care about. This will give you the foundation you need to succeed in this space. I want you to have fun with it, so take your time and follow along with me. I'll explain the thought process and the concepts along the way to reinforce what we've already learned. You can either follow along step by step with me to build those flexible skills you'll need, or you can just watch and then take all the templates from me at the end. It's up to you. Let's dive into our agent and tool build. A sales assistant built with a no-code platform called Relevance AI. The purpose of this agent is to help sales reps at a hypothetical recruitment firm, Cacti Recruiting, be better prepared for sales calls. This is a specialized AI-powered assistant designed to work alongside users to enhance productivity and streamline workflows. As part of the demo, we're going to be building 3 custom research tools, one from scratch, including an advanced web scraping tool. The agent will have these 3 tools. The first is a company research tool, which will take a company URL and provide a summary of the business. The second one would be a prospect research tool, which will take a LinkedIn URL and provide a summary of the person. The third and last would be a pre-call report generator, which will combine the company and prospect research to create a personalized strategy prep guide for the sales rep. We'll start by building the company researcher tool. First, you'll need to go to create a new account with Relevance AI. Once you do, let's click New Tool. I'm going to name it Company Researcher. Next, we need to add a description so the agent knows what the tool does. The description is, this takes in a company URL and scrapes the website, then returns a summary. The tool needs a text-based input, which will be the company URL, I'll name the variable company _URL and add a description for the agent to explain how to fill this input. The description is, this is a URL for a company to be researched, must be in the format https:// Now let's go through the steps. Relevance AI has a lot of built-in functionality like an extract website content tool. Initially, I was going to use this, but it only scrapes the front page of a website, which isn't very useful. Instead, I'm going to show you a more advanced method using Scraptio, which will crawl the entire website and its subpages. To do this, you'll need to go to the Scraptio website, sign up, and get an API key. Once you have the key, you'll go to the Integrations and API Keys panel on the left-hand side in Relevance AI, find the Scraptio section, and paste the API key in. Since I have already added the API key, I won't need to add it again. Let's go back to the tool builder. We'll use Scraptio instead of the built-in scraper. Next, we add the company _URL variable under URL to scrape. Next, we need to add an LLM step to summarize the data we get back from Scraptio. We'll use a prompt that tells the LLM to take the website content and summarize it into a 300 to 500 word natural language summary, breaking it into key areas like overview, products and services, and team. Since I have the prompt already written, I will paste it here. We'll insert the Scraptio data into the prompt using the Scraptio underscore scrape underscore URL variable. Finally, I also added a note for a natural language summary. For the model, a quick and cheap one like GPT-4o Mini or Google's Gemini Flash is great for this basic task. To use the OpenAI models, you'll need to go to platform.openai.com, find your API keys, and paste one into Relevance AI's API key settings under Integrations and API Keys. All right, that's the first tool. Now that we know how this works, we'll go through the others more quickly. We'll look at the Prospect Researcher tool and then the pre-call report generator, which will take both the company and prospect summaries as inputs and combine them into a strategic report for the sales rep. This report will help them sell better and find angles to close a deal. Let's go to the Prospect Researcher tool. For this tool, it needs an input, which will be the prospect LinkedIn URL. I named the variable prospect underscore URL and added a description for the agent to explain how to fill this input. The description is the LinkedIn URL of the prospect. For the next tool step, I am using Rapid API, which is the world's largest API hub, to get the LinkedIn profile information. Finally, I am using the OpenAI GPT-5 model to provide a summary of the LinkedIn profile information. Finally, let's go through the pre-call report generator tool. It needs two inputs, which will be the prospect summary, generated from the prospect research tool, and the company summary, generated by the company research tool. We will use these inputs to analyze the data to create a strategic sales call prep guide for the sales rep. I have the prompt already created. Finally, I am using the OpenAI o3 mini model to generate this pre-call report. We will bring everything together using the recruiting sales assistant. I have created the agent already. I will quickly take you through the makeup of the sales assistant. First, it is important to prompt your agent with as much detail as possible. You start with the role of the agent. In this case, the agent will act as a sales research assistant. Next, you give the agent the tasks it will perform, along with the specifics, like researching the company thoroughly using the company URL and analyzing the prospect information using the LinkedIn URL. The next section contains the three tools created, including the company research, prospect researcher, and pre-call report generator. Last but not least, I provide a notes section as a way to provide the agent with some final instructions. As an example, we will use my company and LinkedIn profile. Click Run at the top. Let's put my company website, https://cactiaz.com, and add my LinkedIn URL. Relevance AI provides a timeline with the steps involved, using the three tools we created, including the prospect researcher, the company research, and the pre-call report generator based on the other two tools. When a tool task is completed successfully, it will show a green check mark, as we see with company research and now the prospect researcher. Let's give it a moment for the pre-call report generator to run its task and complete. This would be a great time to go grab your favorite drink while this is running. For me, this would be some coffee. Once the assistant is done processing, it will generate a complete pre-call report to prepare the sales rep. We can also set up the assistant to create a document or send out the output via email. We have just configured a sales assistant that will assist the sales rep prepare for their call. That's all for the building portion. I hope you've enjoyed following along and building the agent and some of these tools with me. I would like to give a huge shout out to Liam Otley and his channel for the knowledge sharing. You should now have a solid understanding for how to build AI agents, and you should be able to create your own agents for your own use cases. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please consider liking and subscribing for more content like this. I will share a free copy of these templates on my website. In the next video, we're going to tie everything together by diving into how to monetize your new skills and build an AI agent-based business from scratch.